Micah Parsons would be my vote for defensive MVP if the season ended today. He leads the NFL with 36 pressures and he has 9 sacks that rank second. This sidebar shows pretty much all of the important stats from PFF, and you can see he ranks in the top 11 in all but one. And then Brandon Thorn, who's a great resource for offensive line, defensive line stuff. He watches every sack and charts them into 5 different categories to determine their quality, which helps highlight the players who are beating high quality offensive tackles quickly in one-on-one situations. And Micah Parsons ranks first in Brandon Thorn's sack score metric. The most important thing that makes Micah Parsons such a great pass rusher is his ability to beat offensive tackles in both directions. He has an explosive first step and incredible bend to get around the outside, but if offensive tackles start to overset, he's really violent with his hands and he can change directions without losing much speed, so he can take advantage of that with inside counters. So looking at the Week 7 matchup with the Lions, right here he beats Taylor Decker, who's a good offensive tackle with just straight up speed, attacking the outside hand. But then on this play, Parsons gets into his speed rush, realizes that Decker's oversetting, and then he leverages his hand inside without losing any momentum. Since offensive linemen have to respect Micah Parsons' speed rush, he's just getting so many wide open B gaps to run through. He beat Lyle Collins to the inside several times in Week 2. This one rep is really impressive, the way that he uses this outside hand to shield off Lyle Collins as he's trying to reestablish contact. And then the Bucs game is another good example, even though it was against different right tackles. He had 2 sacks in this game, both came in the red zone. One of them he just overwhelms the tackle with an outside speed rush, and then the other one he counters inside with a spin move. The fact that Micah Parsons doesn't have just one way that he wins, that offensive tackles can prep all week for and then sell out on Sundays to stop, that makes his pass rushing productivity sustainable over the long run, no matter who he's facing. I showed you the Brandon Thorn true sack rate metric earlier, but that takes into account sacks that come against high quality offensive tackles, and Micah Parsons has had a lot of those over the past 2 seasons. As a run defender, Micah Parsons completely controls blocks. When he gets matched up against a tight end, it's usually a pretty resounding win. Right here, he does a good job keeping this inside hand free and then extending the outside hand and separating himself from the block. If the offense tries to run away from him, he has the speed to chase down wide zone from the backside. And then he only has 40 coverage snaps on the season, so they're not dropping him back a ton, but he has a 76.7 coverage grade, and anytime he gets targeted or he's involved in a passing play, it's a reminder that he could be an elite coverage linebacker if the Cowboys needed to use him that way. There's still 10 games left to play, but when you look at the statistics and the film, Micah Parsons has been the best defensive player in the NFL this year. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments any players or topics that you'd like me to cover.